Good morning, good morning, good morning, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose back with another video. Y'all, check out the comment in the video I made about U-Haul credit card and insurance fraud from Marksman 791, pretty much confirming my story with my husband. It's a fragmented sentence, and it says something like, "It's credit, chill, that's my uncle." Y'all, some people don't understand, if you don't have boatloads of cash in the bank, you can't go buy a decent house for cash, and it takes credit to buy a home. It takes sometimes credit to buy a boat if you're going to buy it on credit. It takes credit to buy a car if you're not going to buy a car cash. And these people in the family, a lot of them are double related, because they had babies by cousins or somebody that's close in relationship, and it could possibly be affecting their mind. Because if you read this comment by Marksman 791, when I talk about the U-Haul fraud with my husband, and anybody that knows his name, that knows somebody that work at U-Haul, they can run his name through the system to see whether stuff that I'm saying is false or true. So I got another story for you all. There's two brothers. Let's just say their name is Justin and Josh, that keep stuff going in my husband's family, and my husband uses them as flying monkey, and my husband also hit one in the face by a 2x4. So these people like to attack other people and ruin other people's lives. And let me give you an example. One of the brothers was supposedly or allegedly dating somebody in the Mann's Family. This show, I can't remember the name of the show, but it's a show and they go by the Manns. So he was dating a female in that family. And allegedly, my husband said one of the brothers, it was one of them, I can't remember if it was Justin or Josh, did this young lady so bad, she lost a lot of weight and got away from him, because my husband said he's violent. Now, my thing is, my husband was telling me how violent these two nephews of his are, but where did they get it from? Did they grow up seeing this? And then he mentioned that they're not able to take care of themselves. That's why they live together in Mansfield, Texas. Well, my husband is not pretty much able to take care of himself. That's why he got with me and lived off from me. And then once I filed for divorce, and my divorce is public record in Kaufman County for fraud on the estate. So I appreciate Marksman 791 confirming my story that is indeed true with his fragmented sentence saying, "Chill, that's my uncle," because that's part of my divorce, is committing fraud on the estate. And Texas is a community property state, which makes him liable for all that fraud done on the credit card that I filed police reports for. So I screenshot, I'm just going to name in evidence, whether the judge accepted or not, and whether the prosecution accepted or not, as continued harassment by my husband through his flying monkeys by Marksman 791. Be careful if you get in a relationship with these people. I'm just going to make up a name, Justin and Josh, or whoever these nephews may be in his family, because they're not good people. They would destroy your credit, destroy your home, destroy you mentally, or destroy you physically. And like I said in one of my videos, since we escaped, the attacks won't stop. But you kind of want them to keep talking, because it could possibly be used as evidence, even if they lie and say, "Well, I don't know who Marksman 791 is." Anybody can say that they're my nephew and I'm their uncle. True. But there's also a thing called IT. If you want to pay the money to try to find out who someone is for evidence for serious as the charges my husband was charged for, if they want to waste time like that, You can also find out who's leaving these comments too. If you have a little bit of cash, if you want to borrow a little bit of money, if you don't have the cash on hand, to get somebody to look into it for you, or to get an investigator to look into it for you. Investigators are not as high as we think that they are. So, as I've been saying, keep building our cases for continued harassment. Marksman 791, thank you for commenting and saying chill. It's just credit because you said he's your uncle, because he did go make like $9,500 on tamales, and he ruined my credit. So thank you for that comment, and please continue to comment. I welcome any comments. Just please do. But anyway, y'all be careful with your abuser and their flying monkeys. And when they send you stuff, screenshot it, because it may or may not be useful for continued harassment and for any court proceedings that are coming up. Because I'm getting phone calls and voice messages left on my phone. So that's pretty much all I have for this morning. Just check out my comment section on the U-Haul, credit card fraud, and insurance fraud. Because people like these people, they always want to one-up you if they think that they're losing. They think that this is some type of game that they're playing. But the things that they're doing can have serious consequences. So be careful, because you escaped your abuser. Most likely is not going to stop. The stalking is not going to stop. The harassment is not going to stop. The continued drive-bys is probably not going to stop. So just be vigilant. Refine rolls out. Bye for now.